Hello, welcome to the Boddy podcast. We are live from the Coliseum. Not going to be directly live tonight, but sooner or later you're going to see this episode. It is Wednesday, March 2nd. We're a couple nights out from senior night. This is Gabe Osabuohein, our special guest, and this is the co-host, Bobby Duvall.
Yes, sir.
But first, again, for the second night in a row, Precision Properties, LLC, for your landscape, snowplow, all your needs in North Central West Virginia. They got you. We're going to put the link after the show. Hit him up for all your spring and summer needs.
Gabe will tell you, Precision Properties, if he's got to get some snow removed.
Number one.
We're excited, man. He's an academic honor roll, former Razorback, current Big 12 defensive first team, the heart and soul of West Virginia University, man. Gabe Osabuohein. Gabe, welcome to the show, man. Glad to have you on, buddy. Glad to have you on. So we're going to get rolling with the first question, dude, and we'll get it out there. What's the state of the team right now? Everybody's watching.
Yeah.
Where are we at right now with the team, man? What do you think?
Right now it's just trying to stay positive, trying to do what we can do. Then we got senior night left. Obviously, I'm not trying to lead the Coliseum on a loss. Give everything I have for my last game here at the Collie. Me as a player, I'm always optimistic and always thinking the best way. So I'm thinking we're gonna win the Big 12 tourney and go to March Madness. Just in my mindset.
You got to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how important is senior night to you? It's coming up. How much do the fans mean, the state mean? Let us know that.
Fans mean everything. The state means everything. I just try to play hard for the fans, for the state. I love when the fans cheer and everything. So it means a lot. So
Take me a quick rundown to the last couple years. So you came out of high school.
yeah.
All right. Are we highly recruited out of high school? You got tons of offers.
I
You went to
say-
Arkansas, so you're
yeah.
an SEC caliber player.
Yeah, I would say like the regular recruit you expect for someone that played on like the Adidas circuit, team loaded, wanted to stay in state and play for Arkansas, so that's why I did. I had a solid first year. We had 6 seniors my first year, so just finding my role. That's where I kind of like found a role to like playing hard, get minutes on the court with the 6 seniors, doing the little stuff.
Yeah.
So did that and worked. Had my other year at Arkansas, and then my coach had got fired. We went 17 and 16 the year he got fired. But Coach Mike Anderson had a winning record for majority of his years coaching, so it's kind of like a shock to us. Played in the NIT and then transferred here. Didn't want to go to too much of a different school. I already knew West Virginia was like defensive mindset, toughness, kind of like how we had at Arkansas, fastest 40. So made that transition here.
Let me ask you this. Coach Huggins reaching out to you when you know the coach is leaving, gets fired. Is the contact made from the university to you, or are you reaching out to them saying, hey, this is where I
How
want
does
to
that
be?
work? I'm actually interested in that too. Give me the day he quits. Did you talk to anybody before the fire?
Did you guys
happened?
know it was coming?
No, it was a shock to us.
All
Our coach came into the locker room. He was crying, told us he got fired, a whole bunch of players crying. He left the locker room, then it's like, what's next? The AD walks in, like, y'all good, we're gonna have a new coach for y'all. Everybody here keeps their scholarship. New coach comes, takes away certain player scholarships, and it's like, all right, now nobody wants to be here. You feel me? Enter the portal.
So you entered the portal, and then who reached out from here to you?
Coach Harrison, Larry Harrison, he had a connection with one of my coaches from Toronto. Got a chance to speak with Coach Huggins as soon as I entered the portal, really. And then at that point, it's kind of like making a quick decision.
What was your selling point here? What did Hugs tell you when he called you?
Did you visit?
Did you visit, or he just talked to you on the phone? And you were
I
like,
didn't have no time to visit. So basically, the selling point here was I knew it was a winning program. I got a chance to watch West Virginia, Devin Williams, just the toughness. Saw players like that. So it was like I knew about the program, knew about the history, and the winning history. Just being able to make it to the tournament every year. That's definitely I didn't want to go to.
You're telling me toughness is one of the reasons you're here.
Yeah.
Last episode we talked to Elijah Macon. Played here with Devin Williams. He talked about toughness, and then he also said, "Man, I'm tired of watching these soft ass guys now." And he's calling you guys soft. What's the reply to that? Because I know you guys I see you taking the charges and stuff. Is it a culture thing that we got to fix now? Is that how we're going to fix the team, or what's going on to bring that toughness back?
I would say just listening to the little stuff Coach Huggins says. He really, he recruits a certain type of player. He teaches us the defensive principles and little stuff like that. Just listening to that would help our team. But yeah, I would just say just a lack of being dialed in.
Hugs loves you guys?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, yeah. So how's the response from the younger guys?
The young guys, they're having a good response. I mean, they're looking forward to next year at this point in the season. They're not really getting too many minutes, so they're
Let me ask you this.
eager.
So, do you guys feel like you let Hugs down a little bit? I mean, he's a Hall of Fame coach. He's got to be towards the end of his career. I mean, we're 14 and 16 now, or 14 and 15.
Yeah, definitely. Especially me as a senior, I definitely feel like I let him down this year. I mean, even though sometimes I may try to give my all, but I mean, just certain mistakes in the game, and I mean, every little mistake is crucial. So I definitely feel like as a team, we definitely let him down. His principles and stuff that he wanted us to do this year, we didn't do. So I feel like.
So I'm listening to the guys talk about Coach K, same caliber guys, Hugs. They're saying, hey, when we fall apart, Coach K did it with this team, throws them out of the locker room. You're not wearing practice gear. Is your treatment day to day the same when you guys are last year? I mean, we're competing last year, right? We have a chance. We're going to go to the NCAA tournament. We can make a run this year. That's not there. Are you treated the same by the equipment staff, by the managers, by the coaches? Are you getting the same gear, the same food? Is everything the same? Are they taking stuff away from you saying, hey, man, you guys are fucking up?
I would treat it the same. Yeah, I feel like we are getting treated the same. Nothing really changed. Just more emphasis on paying attention to detail to why we're losing and what we're doing, and more film watching and actually figuring out the problem.
Now, Elijah Macon did tell us this. He told us the Jordan Elite gear is reserved for the really good teams. Have you got any of that in your gears
Jordan,
here?
I've never got
You
no
got
Jordan Elite gear.
that might not be a good sign. But
So, and one more question about Hugs with coaching you guys. How long before his message, or do you think it's already happened, falling on deaf ears, man? Guys start tuning them out because I know we're listening to him at the after game shows. I'm going to fix it. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Have you tuned them out? Are you still listening? Are you still absorbing that message?
Me as just the player that I am, and how I am as like a person, I always listen. I'm always tuned in. Always gonna listen to what he says and just go off that.
Gotcha.
So let me ask you this. So you seem like you're pretty on board with the team, what the coaches want, but you do play with a ton of passion. I mean, you can see it on the court. Do you think that's kind of got you in trouble in certain situations? I mean, we all saw the double technical.
Yeah, I mean, it has, but I mean, with the passion, when you're winning, everything's fine. But when you're losing, it's definitely
Winning definitely cures everything. You're
Yeah,
winning about
It's
that.
the ultimate cure.
So
and me also, like, I haven't been, losing, I don't know what it is, 13, 14, out of the last 15. It's
What are we at?
been-
How many losses in a row? You guys know?
I think it's
Like
14 out of the last
14.
15. So, I mean, that was tough on me mentally. And we also are, like, regular people. You feel me? We go through stuff.
So that's what I want. That's what I want to bring up
And
next.
stuff like that.
The fans here love you guys when you're winning. How much right now are you listening to the fan noise? I mean, do they still love you guys, or are you hearing noise in the background going, this guy, or the problem?
I mean,
like
I feel like the fans are always behind us. You feel me? Always. I mean, the amount of love we got in the Coliseum. I mean, we sold out 2 games. Our last 2 home games, I think, were sold out.
Sold out.
Absolutely.
After this,
Sold
so
out.
that just says
Great atmosphere.
to what the fans are like. So, I mean, they definitely
They don't
have
give
our
up.
back. And then, even with that, for the fans that are disappointed, you got to understand their viewpoint. I mean, they put so much faith in us.
So how do you handle the younger guys whenever they, not just them, but maybe their mom or dad or cousin or somebody gets on there and is like, oh, you don't know what they do, what they go through. How are you guys handling the fans that are bashing you on Twitter, bashing you? Do you read the message
'cause
boards?
There's different fans. You got students. You got students that sit over here, and then you got the faithful that's been here forever, that has been coming for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, do you see the difference? Like, that's
What's
way
the
more
message? What's the
loyal.
message you're taking from the students, from the season ticket? Or you even read the message boards? Do you stay off that stuff?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't read the message boards.
Probably smart.
I don't even be looking into any. I just play basketball.
What
for
about
real.
Twitter? You read anything on the Twitter?
Nah. I mean, I learned that at Arkansas as a young kid. You feel me? I was able to see my first year, see how the fans and stuff like that, like they would get on me at Arkansas, and that would kind of affect my game. So it got to the point where it's like,
Tune it out.
I'm good. I'm just play basketball and do
So
me.
Do you tell the younger guys that? I mean, is that what you're telling the younger
Yeah,
guys
are you
now?
reaching out to the freshmen, sophomores, and telling them like, dude, stay off that stuff. Don't have
Yeah,
those
definitely,
conversations.
definitely. Especially as a leader, I try to tell them after a bad loss, after just stay off social media, just lock in.
Do me a favor. The fans that are watching this might not know. We had to wait. It's 11:40, 11:30 because you're taking a test. They don't know what you go through a day. Give me your routine on a daily basis. What time you getting up? I know you got training. You got everything else.
Waking up. Usually have weights in the morning around 9, 10:30. Finish that. Usually have study hall. Then we go straight to practice. Practice for 3 hours. Let's say, for example, today I had class from 3 o'clock to 7, and then 7 o'clock to 10.
Right.
So you feel me? That's on my off day. So.
You're working on your master's right now, right?
Yeah. So.
By the way, congratulations, undergrad. How many years did it take you to be undergrad?
4.
Right on track.
Yeah, right on track.
Now you're here on 5th year. Are you gonna finish your master's here?
I mean, I don't think I'll finish this year.
Right.
But we'll see. Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely got a good amount done.
So we go through the schedule. Let me ask you this: have you had any of the infamous late night runs? I've heard Coach Huggins talk. I don't punish them at 5 o'clock in the morning. I do it at 7 o'clock at night when they want to be out in town. Or now, have you been in the Coliseum running the stadium steps any, or over at the football field?
No.
Any of the other players with you had that punishment? So you guys are staying on task. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. Okay. Senior night coming up. What message do you want to tell Mountaineer Nation before that game?
I just want to tell Mountaineer Nation, I'm thankful for the love that they've shown me. Thankful for everything they do. So now, every year I've been here, from my first year here with Chase and Logan to with Deuce. Just every year has been amazing. It's been a great experience. Definitely have love for this place forever. I just want to tell the fans there appreciate it.
What about the left of that treadmill over there? How many times have you been on that thing?
Not too much actually. Not in the Coliseum, but in the practice facility I've been on it a lot.
Yeah.
For sure.
Explain to everybody what that actually is. Explain the punishment, how you get that punishment.
The treadmill mentality.
Yeah, I mean it goes back to the principles he teaches. Coach Huggins doesn't want people driving middle, so if someone drives middle, treadmill.
And explain what actually happens. So, boom, you're hammered. Gabe, go to the treadmill.
You're on the treadmill for about a minute, going at 13.5, and then you right back into the drill. So.
Anybody been shot off the treadmill yet?
No, nobody.
That's a question for next week when Jamie Smalley comes on with us.
I heard Jamie got tossed off the treadmill back in the day. Yeah, we'll find out. We'll let him tell the story when he gets on next week.
Now, how often are you guys in the practice facility compared to being in the Coliseum practice?
I mean, it depends. If we're going on an away game, we'll practice mostly in the practice facility that week. Home games about 3 days before we'll start practicing.
Do you think it affects our shooting percentages that we're not in here shooting every day, that we're in there shooting, or do you think it doesn't matter?
No, I don't think it really matters. I mean, you get your shots up, get your reps up. At the end of the day, you got a basketball in the hoop. It's just playing basketball.
Sometimes the ball just don't drop, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into it, man. Oklahoma State game. We were just talking about it. 2 technicals.
Yeah.
What happened?
I mean, the ball went out of. I got a steal, and I mean we already down. I don't know what to score. We got a steal, trying to keep it in bounds. The ref calls it out. Like, damn. Like,
Bad call.
Bad call. Whoop-de-whoop.
Hold on now. What did you say to the official? What gets you a technical in a Big 12 game?
Just like ref, that's some bullshit.
That was it, and he bang.
Boom, tag.
So now you're looking at the scoreboard too. So you're letting multiple factors in your mind right now.
Yeah, and then
You're
just the
thinking
fact that we're on the road, lost.
Do people affect you on the road?
Not really. It's just.
What's the funniest shit someone said to you from the stands on the road?
I mean, I don't really even listen to what they say.
You don't have nothing. No funny, nothing.
I'm really locked in. Like, even if they do say something, it goes in one ear, out the other. That's how I just been programmed. So
you're in Stillwater. You turn around, you get the first tee.
Yeah, I get the first tee. Then I go to and then I give the ball to the other ref, and then I go to the ref like, you gave me a tee for what? For doing that? And it's like, and then I know at that point, okay, I got a tee. I'm about to get subbed out. So I'm walking towards the scoreboard, and I get another tee for literally not doing anything.
Now hold on a second. I played a lot of basketball, watched a lot of basketball games. You did nothing to get your second technical?
Nothing to get the second. You could watch the film. You could look at my.
You ain't say shit to anybody.
Nothing.
To yourself? No whispering under your breath?
Nothing.
You didn't slam the
Turn
ball.
around.
You didn't say the F. You didn't say fuck you. Nothing.
Nothing. Turn around, walk and get the other tee. At this point, I'm at the bench and I got another tee, so I'm ejected at this point.
Right.
So I'm confused. Like, what's
Where am I going?
I got a T. I got a T for saying nothing, so I'm walking to the bench. Coach Huggins there.
You got to go straight to the locker room, right?
Yeah,
That's my next question. What's the interaction with Coach Huggins?
Yeah, I go to Coach Huggins. I'm like, Coach, I said nothing to him, and I got another T.
What's his response?
He's just like, just go to the locker room. Like, you feel me? Like
that was it. There was nothing else said to you.
Go to the locker room.
What about after that game? You and Hugs haven't sat down and talk about what happened? Because he came on the radio and said, until Gabe changes, he's not going back on the floor, which was a suspension without suspending you. So what's your conversation with Coach Huggins like after that?
Just apologizing for the tackling. My emotions get to me, and just trying to. Once we lose, I'm focused on the next game. So it's like, okay, we got K-State, and just trying to. First, I didn't know if I could play or not. Obviously, he made a decision not to play me. Just trying to get the win.
Were you on the bench for that game?
Yeah, I was on the bench for sure.
Do y'all talk about this? Elijah Macon told us last night, like if a player has a problem, he has a problem with the player. In his day, he would kind of bring it up in front of the whole team at practice, and you guys would all know about each other's problems and kind of figure it out as a team. Has he kept that same? Because I thought that was a pretty cool strategy as a head coach to really mesh your team together and build chemistry.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's Coach Hug. He's not gonna hide nothing from none of us. He's gonna treat us all the same.
So he puts it out there.
Yeah, in front of everybody. I mean,
it's in front of everybody. You know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So did you go to the team and apologize after the technical, or once that was passed, was it done with?
Yeah, I mean, once it's done, once the game's over, it's next game.
Next game.
Stay positive.
You can't dwell on it. You got to turn it off.
What was your attitude on the bench for the Kansas State game, knowing because you're at the end of the career, man?
Yeah.
I mean, that's two left before senior night. What is going on?
Yourself? Are you like the biggest cheerleader right now, trying to get a win?
I'm the biggest cheerleader trying to get a win. Definitely the biggest cheerleader trying to get a win, for sure.
Now, how close are you to your teammates? I mean, are these guys going to stay with you for a long time?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these college friendships I gained at West Virginia okay with me for the rest of my life.
Let me hit you with two questions we got with Elijah. Least favorite teammate all time. Doesn't have to be from this team, from all time playing basketball.
I wouldn't say I have a least favorite teammate though.
There's not one guy when you play pickup 5-on-5, you're like, I don't want to play with that dude.
Nah,
who's that guy? Come on.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't even like picking teams. It's when we play pickup, it's like I just want I'll turn around like, who picked me up? All right, let's ride. Like,
you ever not get picked up?
Nah.
Always picked up. Are you guarding the best player every time?
I mean, yeah, I try to.
Yeah.
Depending on what position they are. And stuff.
How did you develop the charge mentality? I mean, dude, you're taking charges. You're leading the country in charges, I'm sure, right?
Just like I said at Arkansas my freshman year, just finding ways to get on the court. Then defense first, obviously, is going to get you on the court. So just started taking charges, and I saw taking charges is going to get me minutes. And the more minutes I played, the more charges I took, and started to get that rep defensively, and that's when everything really came from.
Do you think everybody says Gabe's our defensive guy has hindered you as an offensive player because people don't think you can score? But we've seen
17 points.
17, 19 points. We've seen the outburst. Do you think being a defensive guy has hindered you?
To a certain extent, because then it's kind of like, what role do I play on offense and stuff, and then I'm more locked in defensively than I am offensively, and just the little stuff. But
what is your role offensively here?
My role offensively, I would say, honestly, just at this point now, I'd say just like finishing the drop-offs, passes around the rim, getting the offensive rebound. That's a big part of Coach Huggins' offense for a long time, is offensive rebound and scoring off
opposite and inside?
Opposite and inside.
Oh,
so
yeah.
doing that.
Let's slide back.
And creating shots also for mine.
So 5 years you've been playing. I remember as a kid, you kind of always knew who the dude was when you walked in the gym. It could be outside, it could be a game. Who was the one guy that you had a guard that you were like, I better strap it on. This guy's about to go.
Let me see. Honestly, don't even think like that. Like, I don't even overthink it. For real, no matter who I'm guarding, like, it could be the best player in the Big 12.
Who's the best player you've guarded? If you had it, just in your opinion.
Best player, I would say Cade Cunningham.
And how'd you do against him?
Huh?
How'd you do against him? I don't remember the stats.
He scored on me twice.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
He's a pretty solid player. That's a pretty good D.
As a defensive-minded player, you've been cooked before, though. Who's got you? Who scored the most on you?
In college, I ain't gonna lie, it ain't been no one that just killed me in college. Like, I take that real personal.
What's the most you've had scored on you, man? What are you thinking? Because you guys break that down after each game, right? Film session.
Yeah, and honestly, this year, it's tough. Like, I'm a person that really takes that personal. Like, if someone scores on me, I'm gonna be thinking about that the whole night. Like, damn, you got to bucket up.
Who's the best player to Big 12 this year you played against?
Best player, I would say Osabuohein from Kansas.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Best player you guard this year?
Best player I've guarded this year. I don't want to give nobody credit.
Now, how do you think the conference this year compares to the previous years? Do you think the conference is up, down, average?
I mean, I feel like for all my years in the Big 12, it's been one of the best leagues. Definitely. I think it's always been a good league. I mean, on any night, the worst team in the conference could beat the best team in the conference. I mean, it's just whoever shows up ready to play that day and wants it more is going to win.
What's the difference coming to the Big 12 from the SEC?
I would say SEC was a little bit more physical.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They let us play more, definitely. Defensively, I was able to play more. I feel like it's been a little bit inconsistent, the calls this year, so it's like, I don't know I'm trying to figure out what they're calling, what they're not calling. It's just been up and down this year a little bit.
So, based on that question, we're talking SEC basketball now. You still talking Oscar Tshiebwe?
Oscar, yeah, definitely.
That's your guy?
Tight.
So, did everybody in the team know that he was making the right move? Because, I mean, he's up for Player of the Year this year in NCAA.
I mean, he made what move he felt was best for him, so.
Did you try to talk him out of it? Or was that more playing?
Because you had transferred, so you.
I mean, it was a shock to everybody. So I didn't it wasn't no. I mean, we didn't know about it. When we knew about it, he was gone. So it was like,
so he didn't talk to any of you guys about it.
Nah.
So you get the blow of that news, and then Deuce goes pro. I mean, how you feeling? Like, it's your senior year. You know what I mean? Like.
I felt like we was going. We had Sean coming back, Taz coming back. I knew what they're capable of. Then it was just the transfers. Had Damon was one of the best shot blockers in the nation coming here. Paulie was one of the best shot blockers the year prior before. Malik averaged 14 at Old Dominion. I'm not forgetting those seniors. Yeah, so I feel like it was pretty put together. It was just.
So this year's a disappointment then, for sure. Based on what you're telling me right now.
Based on the roster, I mean, you could see the talent is there.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we have. Malik's coming off the bench. He just had 28 the other game.
Solid.
You feel me? Like, he's coming off the bench, so it's like
You can definitely go.
we got the pieces. It's
You think
more attention to detail.
Sean and Taz are worn out because the minutes are. Why aren't shots going in right now? I mean, we were talking a little bit as we were walking in, and you said, "Man, those guys can shoot, but they're not making shots right now." So what's going on?
I mean, they do make shots. I mean, again, it's the Big 12, so we're going against great defenses. I mean, they're watching film just like how we are watching film every day, just making adjustments. I mean, they do just getting them more comfortable, getting them in their spots. I feel like.
Let me shift gears on you.
A little bit more.
Okay, so guys have been fighting this for a long time, trying to get money from these NIL deals, and it finally happens. It's your last year. I mean, does that change your college career, you think? If this happens your freshman year, like...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you feel like you missed out on a little bit because, I mean, our interview last night, man, he's like, man, the NCAA owes me $150,000.
He told us they owes $150,000 from his
He said, I want $150,000. I never got anything. Well, I mean, he's like, I got shoes and treated well and stuff, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then I'm Canadian, so they had put a halt on most of my NIL deals, so I couldn't even. Really, I just got cleared literally last week to be able to do NIL deals.
Just last week you got cleared?
Just last week. So, I mean, I missed out on cars, commercials.
Right, because I'm sure there's a couple guys on the team that you're better than that got some cars, right?
Nah, I don't know. But missed out on stuff. But then again, I don't really care about that stuff. I just want to win, you feel me?
How much money do you think you could have made with the NIL deal if you were, like he's asking you, like if you were able to use it from when you get to West Virginia? Because the fans here love you, dude. You got the minor mentality. You're putting their hard hat on, taking your lunchbox to work every day. I mean, you think you're making some good money off NIL deals?
Yeah, I definitely think I would. I mean, the amount of support from the fans, I feel like I would definitely got a good
Do you feel the
amount.
NCAA owes you anything? If there would be like a lawsuit compensation deal, do you think in your opinion the NCAA owes the former athletes like yourself for previous years? We looked up the numbers. $900 million is what they make off 3 weeks of the NCAA tournament.
I mean, they definitely do, but I mean that's just a part of life. You feel me?
So we did this. We played devil's advocate and said, you're getting shoes, gear, food, you're traveling the country, and you're getting education paid for. You're getting a master's degree paid for.
And you're a celebrity.
You're
probably going to the bars. According to Elijah Macon, he ain't paid for nothing. The whole time he was here. We're not going to ask you. I don't care if you got free drinks or not. But basically, by being in your role in basketball has made you...
It's changed your life.
It's made you an outstanding student athlete or an outstanding student compared to a normal student. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do things and go places and notoriety.
For sure, but also like the experiences. Like I left Canada in 9th grade to come to America by myself. You feel me? Went to prep schools, had to switch schools, go to a different state, work, try to build my name up from leaving Canada. So I mean, it's a whole bunch of stuff and hard work that put into being in this position today. So I feel like.
So you was in 9th grade, basically. You knew you had the opportunity, and you were like, "It's time to go."
Yeah, I mean, in Canada, the wave was looking up. What the people I looked up to is Andrew Wiggins going to Huntington Prep, Anthony Bennett going to Finley, Corey Joseph, Tristan Thompson going to Finley Prep. Just seeing the players and then seeing them at Kansas, Wiggins at Kansas, Bennett at UNLV. It's like, okay, if you want to make it from Canada, you got to go to high school and create a name for yourself. Cause you're not gonna get no college. College coaches weren't coming to Canada like they are now. Like now, it's several leagues in Canada where coaches fly down. I mean, even our coaches, they're flying down to Canada, to go watch players.
So you hear about that? You're 9th grade, right? You hear about this. I'm guessing. So what happened? Like,
who's your support group? Who do you go to say? Is it mom and dad? Like, hey, I want to move to America, so I can.
Coach Roy Russell from Canada.
You actually, say us, your whole family, or who?
No, Coach Russell.
Okay.
He coached Anthony Bennett, Tristan Thompson, the Corey Josephs, Wiggins, and he was basically like, "You got a chance." I was making a name for myself in Canada. He's like, "If you really want to play basketball, you gotta go. I got a school for you." It was kind of like, at that point, nobody could tell me that I wasn't gonna go. It was like, shit.
How did that conversation go at home?
It was regular. I mean, I would go to AAU trips. I'd go to AAU trips without even telling my parents sometimes. Being America, they're like, I'm in America, I'm playing basketball.
Did you get dual citizenship?
No, I didn't.
No, okay.
Yeah, so I'd be leaving and just, they come home, I'm at the gym, taking the bus home at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So it's kind of like, at that point, it's like, if that's what you want to do, go ahead.
How long were you in the United States? Was it during the school year? Did you go home Christmas break, Thanksgiving? Because that's basketball season.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't. I was here I'd play. Once I came to America, I was playing AAU here too, playing with America. My first year had an AAU team. Then my second year, that's when I started playing with Team Load in North Carolina. So I was barely going home. It was just trying to get scholarship offers.
When's the last time you seen mom or dad?
Last year it came to a game.
They gonna be here for senior night?
Yeah, they can be here for senior night.
I did this last night a little bit with Elijah. If I got a time machine, I can put you in that time machine and take you back to when you're 9th grade. Would you do it all over again?
Well, I do yeah, for sure.
Same way?
Same deal.
Not the same way, but I would do it all over again, for sure.
Do you think you end up in Morgantown again, or would you have picked somewhere else?
Let me stop you before that. Would you have gone to Arkansas first?
Would I have gone to Arkansas first, do it again? No.
No? Where would you have went?
I would think I would have went to somewhere. I mean, going to Arkansas, they had 6 seniors. But then again, the plan was to redshirt but then things changed. I ended up playing. So I feel like if I had went somewhere where I was able to get real experience, sometimes I look at it like, shit, I wish I would have went JUCO sometimes.
Really?
Just to be able to say, all right, play, and just hoop, and just gain that confidence offensively, and still have that defensive mindset.
Dream school. So the road doesn't leave you to Morgantown. Where in your mind you think, if I'm here, this is my best position? Where would you want to be?
Did West Virginia even offer you as the original out of high school? Like,
No.
Not an original offer?
No, not out of high school.
So what was your offers?
Mostly SEC.
SEC schools.
Yeah, Arkansas, Alabama, stuff like that. A whole lot of mid-major offers.
Who was at Alabama at that time, Coach? Was that Avery?
Yeah.
I got you. So what's dream school? You don't come to West Virginia after Arkansas. If you had your pick anywhere you want to go, where do you end up?
It's tough. In like 11th grade, my dream school was Florida State. That was one of my dream schools, but I mean, once you get to a senior in high school, it's kind of like
Start narrowing down.
yeah, you start looking.
So you leave Canada, mom and dad are at home. The coach that you put all the trust in is at home. Who is your support staff when you're in high school there? Everybody's away from you. Are you calling them and talking to them, or is this Gabe makes all the decisions on his own? What's that like?
Yeah, I kind of did. Being in America for that long and not really trusting a lot of people, I kind of just started making decisions on my own.
So you grew up real quick.
Yeah, I grew up real quick. Since I left in 9th grade, I had to grow up right then and there. Grew up real quick. Yeah, definitely.
We asked Elijah too. How much gear did you get from the AAU teams? You were playing on the top level elite AAU team.
Yeah, my first year I was playing on like a regular AAU team. Wasn't even on a circuit or nothing.
Really?
And that's when I had left that prep school and went to a school in Virginia, Carlisle. And that's when I started meeting the Team Loadeds. And that's when I started building relationships with the Team Loaded family. And that was a great organization, definitely. I mean, they took care of us. And then again, I was playing with a whole bunch of top players. So I built those relationships. And same players, I play on the circuits and stuff with the same players I'm playing right now.
So did you ever have like a hungry night? Like, I mean, were people always there for you?
No, I mean, this prep school, the prep school experience is...
Cafeteria, that's it.
Yeah, and then you in a dorm, it's like...
Ain't nothing to eat.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta eat the 1 minute, 2 minute dinner meals every night. You feel me? You're not really... It's just regular.
So through your experiences, do you have anybody like that really helped you out a lot that you want to like maybe shout out or tell a story or anything like that really meant something to you, like in your life, that may see this and be like, I'm glad I did that for Gabe?
Yeah, definitely. Coach Rowe getting me out of Canada, out of my situation in Canada, and giving me a chance. Because if I stay in Canada, things could have went really bad for me just from the neighborhood I grew up in. So I'd say that. And then, yeah, my AAU coaches from Team Loaded, they helped me, give me a chance to play on the circuit, play high level. The coaches from Arkansas definitely had my back, definitely playing at Arkansas. I would say, and then thanking Coach Huggins and Coach Harry for bringing me here, giving me opportunity to
Coach Harris, Larry Harris, right?
Yeah, Larry Harris gave me opportunity to come here and play here, and then really the fans.
So even though everything that's happened with Hugs, he gets 2 technicals, he's made the comments that, hey, I'm going to set 2 of the older guys, which we talked about that a little bit earlier. We know who he's talking about. It's you and Sean.
Yeah, how do you feel about that, by the way?
Is
it a decision for the team? Are you upset about it?
No, I'll never be mad at no decision he makes. It's just kind of like, I just want to play basketball.
You think he has your best interest no matter what the decision is?
Yeah, I think he does. So, anything he says, I'm definitely behind it. If he says, all right, you're not going to play today, I'm going to be the best teammate.
You're on the end of the bench waving the towel over the head.
I'll be the best teammate on the end of the bench because I still want us to win.
So I'm going to ask you right now. Senior night, you're starting, right?
I don't know. I'm more focused on if we win senior night. You feel me?
I got you. That's a great
answer. If I don't
answer.
play and we win, I'm going to be the happiest person ever.
Let me take you down this road. Fans in West Virginia, they die for you guys. I don't know how much the players actually know. The fans here live and die with you guys. There are people who, if I said something bad right now when we were talking about Huggins, I wouldn't be able to go home. What is the feeling, you've been here for so long, when they roll this carpet out and that guy yells, "Let's bring on the Mountaineers," and you hear the musket fire. What's going through? Walk us through senior night right now. Like, take me through that. What's the emotions going on? What's it like to run out of that tunnel? You got one more time doing it. What's going on in your head right now? What's those emotions like? You know, what's that feel like?
Just soaking it in. Just soaking in the last time playing in the Coliseum. I would say just enjoying the atmosphere. Playing on this court for the last time. Never being able to play on this court again. Just really just want to leave out on a good tip. I mean, obviously the season hasn't been how we wanted it to go, but I mean, I think I always think we have a chance to make it better. Until it's done, I don't think it's finished.
All right, so your best moment in Morgantown, what is it?
Best moment in Morgantown, I would say being Baylor at home. Yeah, I enjoyed that win a lot with Deuce, Emmett, me, Oscar, everybody. I think it was a great game. They stormed the court after.
What's your favorite play as a Mountaineer? What's the one play you can be involved, not involved? What's your favorite play that you remember as your playing time
Favorite
here?
play, I would say this year, when we played UConn, I got the rebound off the free throw. That was probably my favorite play here at Res Mountain, for sure.
Absolutely. So when the career winds up and you come back, you want to drink a beer with Hugs?
Yeah.
One or two or more?
It depends. I don't really drink beer though.
I got you.
I mean, I'm sure you dip into liquor with Hugs. He'll probably go shot for shot with you. Elijah Bacon said he was scared to death to drink with Hugs. He said he'd be under the table quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So senior night, I mean, that win doesn't change the outcome of the season at all. The Big 12 tournament changes it, and I know everybody right now is saying, and you might not read the post, we read the post, we have no shot. Obviously, you guys can play basketball, man. You're Division I basketball players, like you said. Sean and Taz can come out and shoot. We rest, we get healed up. How far do you think we can go to Big 12, realistically?
In the big, I feel we can win it.
How do we win it?
Beat Oklahoma Wednesday. Beat Baylor next game. Then the game after that is TCU and Texas. We owe everybody in the Big 12 anyways, beat them. And whoever we see in the championship, they probably already gonna play in the tournament. They got everything to play for. Beat them too.
You know, it's actually people that got nothing to lose in life are kind of scary. So I feel like that's where the Mountaineers sit right now. So I hope you guys go out there and whoop some ass, man.
For sure.
Leave it all out there. This is it. Hey, they say, man, you know, sometimes if this is it.
Two predictions. Senior night. What are we doing senior night? What's the score? What's the outcome?
TCU, I say we beat them by 10.
Beat them by 10?
Yeah.
And then you're saying we're making the run through the Big 12.
Yeah.
Playing the NCAA tournament one last time?
Play NCAA tournament one last time.
Man, we might have to come to Kansas City if you're telling us you're about to run through this tournament.
I'm telling
We get a couple wins. We're going to go out to Kansas City with you. So
I'm telling you.
I got a big favor for you. We're going to have you sign the pictures.
Yeah.
We're going to do that before we shut it off. I don't know if Office got any more questions for you, but in my mind, I'm thinking I got the sponsor with me tonight. What are the chances you take a charge from our sponsor out here on the court tonight? What are the chances, man? You gonna line up, take one?
I will.
You line up, take one from Precision Properties?
I will.
Right, man. They clean up the snow. You're gonna let them take the charge. We're gonna film it walking out here, man. So, no, you want to take the charge, right?
Yeah, I take the charges around here.
He takes the charges around here. Ain't nobody else in charge of that. That's that charge mentality, man. So
Let's
we're gonna
sign
walk
these
over
pictures.
here, get these
Got
pictures
that.
signed.
Giving him the biz right there on the chin, elbow to the chin. He get up and say anything to you after that?
Huh?
Did he say anything to you after that? Was he
Who?
pissed? I don't know what this is, but you blowing him right in the chin.
The Fairmont State guys right there with you too.
Yeah.
Nobody in the Big 12 says anything.
Nobody says anything to you. Do me a favor on this one, right to the body. We're giving 3 of them away. This one's going up on the wall at the body, man.
You want me to say to the body?
BODDY.
What'd you say?
BODDY. Body with 2 D's.
D-O-B-O.
BODDY.
But
How hard do you want to take this charge right here? He gonna run through you, right? You better not hurt him before senior night, man.
I'm good. I'm good.
He's small compared to what you're used to, right? What's the hardest hit charge you've taken?
I don't even know. They all really feel the same to me.
Hey, we got a ball?
He's just gonna have to run through his ass.
I'm trying to up this up a little bit. I want to see if he can score on you. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, you got a ball?
You can't get a ball?
Damn, we gotta do pretend air ball, huh?
Make sure you're not inside the arc, man.
I never have.
Listen, hey, you better not go soft now. Don't take it. Hey, shove his ass down if he tries to take it. Come on, you know what I mean? Shove him down. Hey, wait a second, EJ, wait a second.
Free ball, huh?
This charge is brought to you by Precision Properties. Anything you need right here, Elmo.
Elmo, trick it.
Right into it, Elmo.
Better go hard, EJ.
You better go hard.
What is that? Oh, that's terrible.
Appreciate y'all.
Hey, man. Thank you, man. He's awesome.
Sure, buddy.
We might have to get one picture.